Hello, Paso. This is Wicked Ink 915, tattoo artist out of the borderland. I specialize in custom tattoos and digital art for band logos, business logos, and personalized art. Find me on Instagram at Wicked Ink underscore 915 or under Wicked Vinyl Creation to schedule appointments for your next tattoo or to get your personalized merch such as stickers, t-shirts, mugs, and patches. Thank you and have a great day.
All right, we're here back on the BAMC Showcast. It is Thursday, August 21st. It is show day. My guest this time is our headliner, making her return to the Rock House after almost 4 years. She's Nashville's bass girl, Abby K. Welcome to the show.
Hell yeah. Thank you for having me.
Oh, thank you so much for making the drive. I know it was a 12-hour drive. It was pretty long.
Oh man, it was a 20-hour drive.
Ooh,
2 days, but it was worth it. I had a good time. I brought my dad along with me, flew my band in, so made some good memories.
oh damn! I thought you guys all carpool. That's wow. That's dedication.
Yes. A lot of bonding time there.
I gotta say, man, that's a beautiful 5 string you got there. I'm a little jealous.
Thank you. Hell yeah. I exclusively play 5 strings. I've been playing Schecters since I was 15, still waiting on that endorsement, but that's all I play.
Nice, nice. So now tonight's show is a charity show. It's the El Paso version of Abby K's Girls Rock Nashville.
Yes.
Give us some background on the event, how you created it, how you came up with it, and what you guys have done.
So initially, I actually started Girls Rock Nashville as a clothing brand, and that really didn't work out very well at all. I think I had zero sales ever. So I realized like there was kind of a missing piece in Nashville for like female original rock artists. Like everybody, the majority of people in Nashville expect female artists to be country artists or something like that. And I was so like bothered by it that I just decided to create that space. I've done 4 events in Nashville so far, and it's basically I just get a bunch of original female rock artists that are based in Nashville. I get them together. I have a house band, so my band learns all of their songs and they just kinda get up, swap the singer out, and we play their songs with them and rotate through the night, and it's always for a good cause. We always pick a charity. Usually, we do a charity local to Nashville, but for these events, obviously, it's the first time we've taken it on the road. We're doing more of a worldwide charity just because we're going through different locations.
Nice, nice, very impressive. So, are you from Nashville? Or did you just kind of end up there for music?
I am from North Carolina. I lived in Charlotte for the first 18 years of
Hell
my
yeah,
life.
I'm a big Hornets fan. Sorry.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I
Queen
don't
City,
know
baby.
anything about sports. But I moved to Nashville all by myself as soon as I graduated high school, and I've been there about 4 years now. My family, they missed me so much, they actually moved to Nashville last year. So now they're closer up there to me, and it's nice, but they live, like, 45 minutes away, so I get to see them, like, once a week, but they're not knocking on my door every day, which is really good.
That's very key. And now Pop's part of the road crew now, right?
Yes, my dad so he was actually, he worked for NASCAR for more than 30 years back in North Carolina. There's not really any NASCAR in Tennessee, so my dad, he's working on old cars and doing whatever, but he definitely has had more time to spend with me and do music stuff and build road cases, build mic stands for me, go on the road, whatever. So it's been really good for our relationship there.
That's cool. You guys stay tight, bond, and he obviously provides a major service for you and the band. That's
Yeah,
pretty darn cool.
absolutely.
So the Abby K project, I met you and saw you back in November of 2021. You were direct support for Nita Strauss. So how long has this band been together? When did you create this?
So I would say I started the Abby K adventure when I was 16. I got signed to a management contract. I am no longer signed to a management contract. And I've gone through so many phases of the band. At one point, it was like a group. Now I'm kind of back to just a solo artist. I hire my musicians for every show. Musicians are kind of interchangeable. Um, I've gone through a lot of different phases with it, but it's been a very interesting journey to get to where we are today.
So your current band, so when you work on your material, do they have any part in the writing process, or is it just you and you go, hey, play this?
Um, In the writing process, it is whatever I want. I The most recent stuff, I go into the studio and I write 90% of the guitar parts, except for, like, the solos and everything. I have my guitar player do that, but relatively everything is written by me at this point, which was not the case for my early stuff. I just kinda wrote the lyrics and the chord changes, and then a band would come in and do whatever they want, and I really didn't know how to, like, vocalize what I wanted because I was 16, but now it's just me and my producer, and I'm able to speak up and say, "This is what I want. This is how I want it played," and it's just that,
Hell
which is
yeah.
really nice.
How early is the early process? So in 2020 when I saw you last, was that the early process or
Yeah, that was, I'll say that was in phase 2. I was in a management contract from 16 until 18, and that was a month before I turned 19 was when I was on tour with Nita Strauss. Um, so I was out of the management contract. That was when I kinda tried to make Abby K the group and have everybody be equal members, more so like a Metallica rather than a Joan Jett and the Blackhearts.
gotcha.
But we've gone back to the solo artist thing because it just makes way more sense.
Well, your project, your creative direction, I imagine makes things a lot easier.
Yes.
So right
Yeah.
now you're just in no management, no record deal, just independent, right?
Yep.
Keep it that way, so much
Yes.
easier.
Absolutely.
And you have the one full length album out right now, right?
I
Or
I
I
have
have one
been
of your CDs, I know.
okay, I've been really dumb when it comes to music releases, or maybe I've been really smart. I I have never released an album. I'm what, 4 no, I'm sorry, I'm 6 years into this. Never released an album. The only EP I've ever released is a live cover EP, which I did when I was 16, and I'm not a fan, but other people are, so that's okay. Um, I've only ever released singles, and at this point in my life, I'm just kind of throwing shit out there and seeing what sticks, and I have 0 strategy, and I have 0 plan, and honestly, I've seen more success and results just not giving a shit and doing whatever I want than I ever did with, like, I have to do this today, this tomorrow, this happens in 3 days. Like, I was so type A organized, sending 500 emails a day. More has happened in the past 3 months of me not caring than it did in the entire 6 years that I was, like, on top of everything was planned out.
Funny how things happen that way.
Yeah. Really, really interesting.
So you just as far as singles go, I know you just throw it against the wall, but would you say you average a few a year? Or, I mean, I know there's no set pattern, but
Yeah, the first couple years I tried to do 1 a quarter, so about 4 a year, and then, I got really burnt out after that management contract, so I think I only did, like, 2 that year, and then I went into 2025 saying I was gonna release a single every month, so 12 songs in a year. That was the stupidest thing I ever did. Um, I made it through April, and then I hated music. I literally hated music, and that's kinda when the, "I'm not gonna give a shit. I'm just gonna do what feels right and what feels good." That's when that mentality came about, and now it's like, "This is freaking awesome." Like, I do music, but I only do what feels right and what I love doing and what I'm passionate about, and I'm not pushing against things that I don't wanna do or that don't make sense anymore. So, I released my 5th single of the year called "The Note" a couple weeks ago, and then I'm sitting on one more called "Sanity," which I'm actually gonna play tonight live for the first time.
hell yeah, exclusive, baby.
Oh, yeah. That one will come out probably at some point this year, and then I am in the studio right now working on another one called "Roadmap of Life," and it's a very cool song, very different, but I love it, so I'll probably end up putting both of those out through the end of the year.
Awesome.
Yeah.
We gotta shout out our friend Sarah Gill because without her, this doesn't happen. So mad
Yes.
props to her.
Absolutely. Yeah, I met Sarah when I opened for Nita Strauss here almost 4 years ago, and I do a lot of TikTok work. I go live for all of my Broadway gigs back home in Nashville. That's, like, my full-time gig, um, nearing 40 hours a week playing on Broadway, and so I go live for all of that, and Sarah just watches my TikTok lives all the freaking time, and she's in the chat hyping me up. And so I made her one of my moderators, which is like if somebody's mean, she can mute them or delete their comment or block them. And she takes her job very seriously. And I love that. So she's been begging me to come back to El Paso for almost 4 years since the last time I saw her. And we made it happen.
Hell yeah. How many gigs a week do you play? Because you look super freaking busy.
It, oh man, it depends on the week. So I have a baseline of 16 hours a week, but I have a hard time turning down work because my my anxiety in my head is like, "Okay, this person asked me to play this gig. I really don't have it in me to do it. I have other stuff to do. I have other songs to learn. I don't need to take this gig." But if I don't, they're going to get somebody else. And what if they like that person better than me? They're going to call that person first next time. So, should I work 40 hours a week playing bass on Broadway in Nashville, Tennessee? No, I should not. Unfortunately, most of the time I do. And it's a lot, but I actually, side note, I just became a certified personal trainer. So on the side, I'm going to start doing that Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So I am not allowed to pick up any gigs Monday through Wednesday.
Nice.
And that will kind of help my workload a little bit cuz it's a lot. It's too much.
I see the gym vids. Are you a CrossFit trainer at all, or do you compete, or are you just a really fit chick?
So I do powerlifting. I am considering doing a powerlifting competition next year. I have not competed yet. I was considering bodybuilding, but I don't want to be like skinny, dainty, frail. I want to pick up 215 pounds every Monday. And
There you
that's
go.
what I do. And I think that's like, I mean, not to like dig on bodybuilding because I've considered it for years and I love it and I respect it, but I think I feel more like powerful when I'm picking up heavy shit over and over again.
There you go.
Yeah.
So, how often do you play Kid Rock's rooftop? Do you play him rent? Because you seem to be there
Oh my
24/7.
gosh. I live on Kid Rock's rooftop. I make jokes about that all the time. So that's where my baseline is of my 16 hours a week for Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 4 hours each. Well, I have made good connections with other Nashville musicians that hire bass players. And for some reason, the ones that I've made the best connections with are people that also have a baseline of 16 hours a week on Kid Rock's rooftop. So, like, I'll do 6 to 10. Well, there's another band that does 2 to 6. And there's another band that does 10 to close, Thursday through Sunday on the rooftop. So, the 2 to 6 band now loves me. And so they try and hire me for the 2 to 6. And then the 10 to close band sometimes hires me for the 10 to close. So I can play 13 hours straight on Kid Rock's rooftop.
Damn.
And I have many times.
So your original band plus the hired gun all in the same
Right.
venue.
Yeah. Yeah.
Damn,
It's
you
a lot.
sound more like Nita now. So
Yeah.
I've never been. Well, I've driven through Nashville, but I never stayed overnight. Or
Mhm.
no, I did stay overnight, but it was when I was moving to El Paso. So Kid Rock's rooftop is it just one venue, or is that one stage in the building, or just one part of it, or
So Kid Rock's has the main stage, which is 2 levels. It's like a double-decker stage. It has, like, the balcony overlooking the first floor. Then you have the actual second floor, that has a stage. The 3rd floor has a stage, and then the rooftop has a stage.
okay?
So it's just a insane building of live music, and that's pretty much how every bar is, on Broadway in Nashville.
So Kids Rock is it? And obviously Nashville being a big country town, like you said. So Kids Rock is it like half country, half rock, or obviously you're not in the
Um,
country portion.
I would say it's mainly rock, and I think that's why they have us booked there. Um, Because if you go to places like Tootsie's, that's, like, more classic country, whatever. Even Rippy's, Honky Tonk Central, like, those are the more country bars. But, no, we do probably 60 to 80% rock and roll, which is, really good for the heart and soul. Because I I do really enjoy some, like, old classic country. It's like a guilty pleasure because I never get to play it, and we do it sometimes, but we do a lot of 80s classic rock and stuff like that.
Cool. So when you pass through Nashville, girls on your girls trips, come see Abby.
Yes.
Throw a dart, you'll probably run into her at some point.
Yeah.
So what can the people expect from you tonight at the show? For someone who haven't seen you before, what can they expect when they roll up to see Abby K for the first time?
Um, a badass bitch playing bass guitar on stage. I don't know. I feel like every show is different, especially like I'm 6 years into this now. I've lost like the type A, everything has to be perfect, like perfectionist. I've dropped that. I just want to do some freaking rock and roll and have a good time and make sure everybody goes home knowing who the hell I am. And I think I do a good job with that, but like I keep it loose now. Like I'm not afraid to at the end of the song if we're feeling it, hey, let's just throw in an extra guitar solo right there cuz it sounds cool. Me at 16, I would have freaked out at that. Like, no, that's not how we rehearse. My band tonight, you just saw a sound check.
Yeah,
That's the first time we've ever played those 2 songs that we sound checked.
I would not have guessed that.
We didn't rehearse. Mark learned that song I think yesterday. Like it's low key and I think we put on a better performance that way because well, first of all, my band, we have insane chemistry because we play 16 hours minimum a week together. And so we can kind of just lock our brains together and figure out what we're doing and where we're going. But it's just fun. It's a lot of fun, and you never know what's going to come about with an Abby K show.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Because one of the local singers doing the GRN portion or the GR or the Girls Rock El Paso portion with you, she was nervous. Like, there's gonna be a rehearsal. I was like, no. And I was like, Viv, you practice like 8 days a week. If you don't have it by now, you don't have it.
Right. Yeah. No, we just kind of show up and wing it, and so far it's worked out really well. And I think people also appreciate mistakes more than you would realize. Like I've had to say to an audience before, like stop the song and say, I started that song in the wrong key. And people eat that shit up.
They do.
Like it's live music. Live. And that is full on proof that it is live, not recorded, not tracked. I started a song in the completely wrong key and I had to start over because it's live music.
It's organic. I mean, it's not sterile. Like that's what
Yeah.
we come here for. I can listen to Spotify at home. I want to see
Right.
you raw.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to shout out not just you and your band, but everyone tonight. The majority of, well, the 4 openers are actually coming from New Mexico, about an hour and a half away. Alamogordo family, Go Axe Alice, we've had them here before. The 2 opening bands, I think they're their first gigs. They were part of a band called Snatch. So these are side projects. And with the band Snatch, it's these 2 sisters. Okay, so it's a singer and their husband's on guitar, and then the sister's the bass player, and her husband's on the other guitar, and they have a drummer. So the side project, it's the singer, her husband, the guitar player, and his son on drums, and then the other couple has mere
Yeah.
mortals, and Tessa's playing bass and like you playing
Yeah.
bass and doing vocals. So you got them. There's I think it's one of if not the first gig. We have Go Axe House we've had here before, and Sancho on the side piece. They're kind of like a reggae like light sound, but I never had them here, but they're very good. So
Yeah.
so with you, I appreciate you. I like this whole. I love female front-end lineups. This is cool. We don't get it very often, so this
Yeah.
is your brainchild. So
Absolutely.
thank you.
Hell yeah. I'm excited.
But yeah, so 7:30 tonight. Get down here to the Rock House. Anything you want to add before we take off, or
Uh
well, plug your merch and your socials and all that.
You can find me on all social media at Abby K Rocks, abbykrocks.com. My charity concert series that I've started is called Girls Rock Nashville. That's Girls Rock Nash on TikTok and Instagram. But yeah, thank you for all of your help. I genuinely could not have done it without you. So I
Likewise,
appreciate you.
and
You're
Sarah.
awesome. And Sarah.
So 7:30 tonight. We'll see you on stage. Thank you so much, man.